The grass is green, the sky is blue, the trees are leaving, the door is open, the door is closed, the car is driving, the car is traveling at speeds in accordance with local law, the car is stopped, the car is parked, the asphalt is warm to the touch, the tank is clean, the tank is clean! And there it is. Wow. Hey. It's Explorer Jordan. I'm coming to you from the famous, world famous Epcot Center. Every time that I've ever come here, I've come on vacation. And the most important thing was maximizing the time, doing as much as you can in the time that you have. That means utilizing extra magic hours, doing all that stuff, coming early in the morning, staying late at night, doing everything you can, doing it 2, 3, 4, 5 times if you can. And today, I'm gonna do something I've never done in a Walt Disney theme park, and that is take it slow. So we're gonna go around Future World. We're gonna go around the World Showcase maybe. We're gonna take it slow. We're gonna see what we can see. We're gonna explore, and we're just gonna enjoy ourselves. We're gonna take it easy. We don't need to see everything. We don't need to see everything. And that's gonna be hard for me to come to terms with here. And so bear with me. Let's go on an adventure. We're gonna go exploring in Epcot. Oh well, I think I will. So this line does seem longer than all the other ones. It was nerve-wracking. I never had to do the fingerprint. The last time I was here, where I'm standing right now, were a bunch of those Leave a Legacy pillars, or monoliths, whatever you would call them. But they're all gone. You can sort of see some of them over the I bet those are going to be removed pretty soon too. And we're watching someone meet Pluto for the first time. Oh, that's magical. Oh, that's adorable. Pluto is a rock star, and here we are underneath the amazing geodesic sphere of Spaceship Earth. Although we are exploring, I was able to nab a frozen fast pass for right about this time. So we're actually going to cut through my favorite part of Epcot, Future World, and we're going to skip into World Showcase to utilize that frozen fast pass. My eye got caught by these weird wood people, but mostly by the imaginary dragon in the window. It's Figment, Epcot mascot, one of my personal heroes. No, I don't know. Figment's looking pretty dapper in his yellow sweater, and the sun just came out real hot. I am very prone to sweating. Ugly. I don't know if that's a word, but I just used it. Still acclimating to this Florida humidity. I'm a toad in a world made for frogs. Does that make sense? I don't know. Frogs like it hot and wet. I don't know. I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to hear because these fountains are rapidly pouring. But man, I love me a good water feature, and this is one of the best. Club Pool is living up to its name because I'm at least 35 feet away from it right now, and I can feel the air conditioning just blasting out of there in close proximity here to the Fountain of Nations. How about this angle for the Fountain of Nations? So it's called the Fountain of Nations, and one of the cool things they did when they dedicated this fountain here is they brought all the nations from around the world, and they all brought water from their rivers and lakes and oceans, and they all poured it into the fountain here. The sort of a dedication ceremony to sort of kick things off as all the nations coming together. And so I don't know if those original national waters have evaporated with the Florida heat, but the sentiment is still there. Unity and world peace and togetherness in the Fountain of Nations, in the shadow of lovely Spaceship Earth. And right to the other side is the amazing gateway into the World Showcase. So let's go get on Frozen. Here we are amidst the lovely, 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 lovely World Showcase Lagoon. So we got Mexico over there, Norway, and it's the Stavi Church over there, and China, and see, I'm still getting my bearings. But look at this. Look at this. It's like I have the entire world showcase to myself. There's nobody here. There's no one in my immediate vicinity. That is not accurate in the rest of the park right now. And so we got this telescope here. Wonder how accurate that will be. No, this is useless. This is useless. Can I line it up? Wait, okay, here we go. Oh, that is surgical precision that I just do not have. No, I'll just show it to you this way. All right, we made it to Norway in the towering presence of the Stavi Church, featuring gods of the Vikings. Odin and Thor, because Disney owns Marvel.
Look, it's Thor. Should I take pictures?
Classic Hopkins, right there. Classic Hopkins. Now don't get me wrong, I'm in no way opposed to the Frozen edition of the Maelstrom. I think it's a great ride overall. Do miss the Maelstrom some days, but things are meant to adapt. That was Walt Disney's vision. Nothing would stay the same. The things would keep evolving and adapting. And so we have Frozen. But I think if there's one flaw that Frozen ride did, it was close this up. It was so cool to always see that Maelstrom boat come in. You could wave and they would wave back at you. And you would see them, and you would go down the hill. The iPhone does not do well in low light here. I don't know. That's on my end. We got better equipment on the way, but in a pinch, I wanted to get in here and go on an adventure with you guys. So using the iPhone right now. How's the quality outside? It's a little better, I would hope. And here I am in the Fast Pass line. Here in the line theme to Rivendell, I want to say. I know that's wrong. No, Arendelle. And here we are in Arendelle. Fast Pass line does not come without its slight tinge of guilt for being able to pass all these people who have been waiting in line, but I'll get over it.
Inside the boat there, and watch your little ones, yeah? Deep on the big snowman, come on, let's go and play. Very much like today, on our favorite consistent that unselfish act of true love. Welcome to Elsa's Ice Palace.
Puffins. I got way more wet on that than I was anticipating, but it's all okay. I'm okay. I really enjoyed the Frozen ride. I don't know if I enjoy it as much. I don't know if I enjoy it more than the Maelstrom, but I definitely enjoy it as much. And so, I don't remember ever getting as wet as I just got on that ride, so that's the front row for you. And look at it, today at the Fjording, we've got Larry Dotson. Dotson, we've got Dotson here. Here in Norway, we've got Dotson. Yes, I know it's Dodge's son, but that's what I always thought he was saying when I was a kid, so it still counts. I'm on my way back to Future World from Frozen, and I thought, you know what? I'll just stop in and see the lovely country of Mexico in this market while it's hot Florida sunshine morning outside. It's cool, calm Mexican evening inside here. I wonder what the wait time for the Grand Fiesta tour is. Let's go take a look. I don't see a time posted, but it doesn't look bad, so let's do it. The Grand Fiesta tour. Let's join the three caballeros on a leisurely musical boat cruise through Mexico. And I love this setting of the restaurant right here. This is Disney World's version of Blue Bayou, essentially, as the people can dine right against the water in the boats as they pass by.
Remain seated, keeping your balance. Try some side food snacks inside the boat. And if you have children, please flex them. Gracias.
Bienvenidos. Para su seguridad, permanezca sin...
I'm a huge fan of the Grand Fiesta tour. Like I was saying before at Frozen, I think every single pavilion should have their own sort of ride, even if it's something quiet and small like this. I was gonna head back into Future World, but then I remembered the best egg roll I ever had was over in China. So I may just wander over there and just see what the prices are before we head all the way back to Future World through Spaceship Earth, Living Sea is the land, all that stuff. So I don't know what it was about this hot summer day that's given me a nice oily sheen that I was thinking, you know what I need right now is some piping hot deep fried egg rolls, but you know, here we are. So let's dig in. They're very hot. And it is very hot. I don't know what I was thinking. It's hot, but these are delicious. But I need to let them cool. Whew. All right, egg rolls consumed. I hear mariachis calling me in the distance. Those egg rolls are pretty good. What do you got? I need some advice from you Epcot aficionados who know the layout of the World Showcase. What's like the best quick service thing I can get? I'm all about the cheap. My favorite flavor is savings. And when I can get a decent egg roll for a couple bucks, hey puppy. That's what I'm all about that. What's your go-to snack here in the World Showcase? What country? Let me know in the comments. I want to know. I want to try them all. I don't know about you guys, but I spy a haunted tower lurking in the distance. Can you see it? Or is it just my imagination? Perhaps I'm in the Twilight Zone. Look at these guys. Just boating around, enjoying a leisurely tour around the World Showcase Lagoon. That's the dream. This is not going to be a view that gets old anytime soon. Made it back to Future World in the presence of this totally normal waterfall. $10-minute wait? I say we do it. Guys, the Imagination Institute is having an open house today. What are the odds? Here we go. Lecture today from Dr. Nigel Channing.
Hello! On your tour, you'll see how the 5 human senses can help capture your imagination.
Oh, can I go too?
Absolutely not.
Wrong, Doc. It's not about listening with your ears. It's about listening with your imagination.
Now I've completely lost my train.
You said it, Doc. Imagination is a blast.
Channing, Eric, I don't know.
Lights up for you.
And the Florida rain is beginning to come down for the afternoon, and I think, see the land right there, but I think the only place that I can stay dry is by going under the sea with Nemo and friends. So that's where I'm gonna dodge this drizzle, hopefully before it becomes a pour. Let's go see all Nemo's friends. And it is happening live.
I love games. I'm thinking of something pink and bouncy that looks like a little
Jellyfish!
right. Okay, now I'm thinking of something pink, kind of
It's jellyfish!
Personally, I think this is a much better version of the submarine rides in Disneyland. I am by no means a proponent for replacing the submarines. Those are an iconic attraction, and they should be there forever, but that doesn't mean they can't be adapted. And I think at this point, there's time for some major updates that can happen. And so we know there's a Tomorrowland expansion happening, and I hope that doesn't mean that the submarine voyage is on the chopping block, more so that it'll be a venue where they can make some really considerable improvements and bring that up to current standards. And so I'm excited to see what announcements are going to be made at D23 this year, because I bet there's going to be a little bit going on in New Tomorrowland. I don't know what that is, but I'm not a fan. I'm a sucker for a good fish tank.
It's a starfish. Jellyfish, starfish.
Venomous fish.
In the big blue world, there are a lot of fish in the big blue world. Turtles sometimes swim, and there is a big one going under my feet. It's a big blue world full of lots of fish. I adapted that to suit the purposes of the vlog. This is arguably better than anything Joey and Michelle did in Hawaii. Mark my words. It looks like there's some scuba divers doing maintenance in there. And I love the call to detail there as the mask they're wearing are almost identical to the mask they wear in Finding Nemo. There was a time when this place was called the Living Seas. It was one of Epcot's opening day attractions. And at one point, this tank here that we're standing right in front of was the largest fish tank in the entire world. I think next to the Georgia Aquarium that came a little bit later, this is number 2. And I think there's some bigger ones. That seemed a lot bigger when it was flying at us on the screen, but he's just a little guy. Just a little guy in a very, very large tank. This is one of my favorite spots in all of Epcot. Probably because I like fishes. And there are plenty to be found here. Alright, the time has come to board Spaceship Earth. Oh, and I intend to. I intend to.
safety, remain seated with your
Slow moving.
arms, feet, and legs.
The thrills are not in the motion, they are in the lesson. Alright.
The sliding doors on your time machine will close automatically. For your safety.
Let me stop momentarily. For your safety, remain seated at all times. During your slow-moving journey, your time machine will slowly rotate back, and then stop.
Which none of the others can understand. But the Phoenicians, who trade with all of them, have a solution. They remember how easy it was to learn your ABCs? Thank the Phoenicians. They invented them.
Thank you, Phoenicians.
Now comes mechanical technology and the birth of the high-tech life we enjoy today. Roads all over the known world. Rome built the first worldwide web, and it's leading us into the future. From somewhere else.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Spaceship Earth was one of the original opening day attractions, obviously, since the Epcot centerpiece has always been here. It's always been one of my favorites just because it really captured the spirit of what Epcot was in 1982, the edutainment, the fusion of education and entertainment, and still a crowd pleaser today. I'm always thoroughly thrilled every single time I get on it, just because I know it's a classic and that appeals to me. Speaking of D23, we know that Epcot is going to be getting a lot of updates over the next few years in preparation for the 50th anniversary, and one of the things that will be really enhanced during that time is Spaceship Earth. So we're probably going to be, they're saying there's going to be a huge overhaul, almost a 2-year-long refurbishment, and so gotta ride it as much as I can before that happens, but I'm also excited to see what those enhancements are going to look like. I hear they're going to be bringing back more of that end tunnel scene that used to be so full, and then they would play that awesome song, the Tomorrow's Child, with the lady. It was like the almost eerie, kind of creepy. It's one of my favorite Epcot songs, and it'd be like, tomorrow's child, and the kids sing, gathering gifts from other past, tomorrow's child, building a future will last. Don't remember the words, something is something, it's exciting to reach for hope and desire. Anyway, but I really hope at the end of that refurbishment that there's going to be some cool enhancements, whether it's a callback to the old ride or some new things that we haven't even thought of yet. I put my faith in the Imagineers always, because they always deliver a quality product, and so I'm excited to see what that looks like, or when that looks like, and D23 is probably going to give us a lot of those dates that we're looking forward to. So I think that's going to do it for our Epcot day. There's a lot that we did today. We explored a lot of Future World, a little bit of the World Showcase, but we'll be back. We're going to see it all, little bit by bit, and it's going to be awesome. And I'm glad that you guys are with me. And there's one more message that I want to leave with you guys, but I'm going to have to change the setting. I don't think this is the appropriate place to tell you about what I'm thinking of. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to leave and do something that I've never, ever done while at Walt Disney World Resort. Come with me. One Dole pineapple float. Alright guys, coming to you from in front of Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. This, however, is not the original Tiki Room. That debuted in 1963 at Disneyland, and it's the subject of the new episode of the Disneyland Chronicles, and that's part of why I'm here. I want to encourage you guys to make sure you guys check out the new episode of the Disneyland Chronicles on Monday. The Disneyland Chronicles is a weekly show that covers the history of Disneyland on a year-by-year basis, and next year on Monday is 1963, and that's the year that the Enchanted Tiki Room opened. And so encourage you guys to go and check that out. I'm gonna go and check it out in person right now. It is so good. The Tiki Room pre-show show's about to start. Fountains going. It's a different setup as it is in Disneyland, and you'll see all that on Monday when you watch the Disneyland Chronicles. But I think that's all for today. We did a lot at Epcot. We've done even a little bit here at Magic Kingdom. So until next time, we'll see you in the happy place. Bye.